Now, we all know about toasties and the many different varieties, but did you know Mexicans have their own version? This is called molletes, and what makes it so special is refried beans are spread over the bread, topped with loads of manchego and crispy chorizo sausage. It's a pretty special toasty. So I have preheated the grill and we need to get this really crispy. So chorizo, 2 chorizo sausages into a pan, and I'm gonna turn the heat on now. Now I don't want this pan to be too hot because I want to render out some of the fat. The fat is going to flavour our refried beans. And then in with our chorizo sausage. Now what I've done here is taken the skins off the chorizo sausage and blended it in a food processor, just a small one like this. By doing that, we get a crumb consistency, almost like minced meat. So in that goes. And just that low heat ensures that the fat renders, the flavours of the chorizo will come out, so garlic and smoked paprika. So I'll just coat that in the oil and we'll just let that slowly cook away until it's beautiful and crispy. Now while that's happening, we can prepare our bread. So just with a serrated knife, I'm going to cut straight into the centre of this bread. And it's always safer when you're using a serrated knife just to place your hand on top, so parallel to the knife, and then cut all the way through. It'll also be even if you do that. Okay, now these are just oval Turkish loaves. You could also use ciabatta bread if you like. So we'll place that onto a tray, get that ready to go. And another topping I'm going to add to this toasty is a pico de gallo, a very famous Mexican accompaniment. It's a combination of chili. I've finely chopped the chili and I've removed the seeds. 1 tomato, I've taken all the seeds out of the tomato and again finely chopped it. I don't like the seeds in it because it goes quite watery, so just remove the seeds. And also 1 white onion that I'm just going to finely chop. I like a white onion as opposed to a brown onion because it's just milder in flavour and super fine. Same size as the chili and the tomato. Okay, that's plenty. We'll pop that in. And for the herb, coriander. And we'll just chop that up. So 2 to 3 sprigs of coriander is what we're after. And just run your knife through that a few times to chop that up. A really nice, fresh accompaniment to go with the chorizo sausage and the rich refried beans. Okay, now you can use lime juice for this, but if you don't have any lime, vinegar works just as well. I'm using some sherry vinegar, a splash of that, a good pinch of salt, and no oil required. We're just going to mix that, and look at that. Automatically, you know you're going to have Mexican food with those bright, happy colours. All right, let's put that to the side. Let's have a look at the sausage. Oh yes, see how deep that colour is? It's fantastic. And all that oil, that is flavour. So just use a slotted spoon to take all of the chorizo sausage out. And if there's some still in the pan, it's okay because it's going to be blended with the beans. So spread that out. And as that cools down, it'll go even crispier. So we want to keep that oil in the pan. To this, we're going to add some kidney beans, just canned kidney beans. I've given them a good wash. And some chipotle and adobo sauce. This is such a fantastic product. It's smoked chilies in tomato sauce. In the past, you could only get chipotle and adobo sauce at specialty stores or delis, but these days you can find it at your local supermarket, which is fantastic. So we'll just add that. It's going to give a smoky dimension, a spicy dimension to this. It's fantastic. So we'll just warm up those beans. I'll also add a little cumin for some sweetness, some honey. And just so this cooks down, about a cup of water. Small pinch of salt. And then now we just have to wait. This is going to cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. We just want some of that liquid to reduce, so reduce it by a third, at least a third, and then I'll blend it up until it's really smooth. All right, that's looking good. So we can start spreading this onto our bread. So we want it to go all the way to the sides, and this is going to form a lovely creamy base to our Mexican toast. And the second piece of bread, another few spoonfuls, all away the sides. It also ensures the bread doesn't burn as it grills. And now some manchego cheese, loads of it. Just completely cover both pieces of bread and then it goes straight under the grill. And we're just gonna let that cook until it's golden and that cheese is melted nicely. Okay, these have come out of the oven. Look at them, so good. We'll place them onto a plate and just have to top it with some of that crumb chorizo. You can be quite generous with it. I love this, it's creamy down the bottom from the homemade refried beans. Lots of cheese. And then lastly, you need a freshness here. We'll just top that with the tomatoes, chili and onion, and that hint of coriander. And there you have it. That's my Mexican version of a toasted sandwich. Pretty good, isn't it?